and give it that room silence that Tyler likes so much. Or say something nice to Tyler so he finds it when he's editing. Tyler, your eyes are like 2 eyeballs in a person's skull.
Tyler, I think that out of all the people I know, you're the most human.
All right. So that's a present for you, Tyler. Welcome back, Dumpster Goblins.
Hello, hello.
Greetings.
Yes, is that another third voice you've heard? Is it that time already?
Oh my god, Dan, you gotta stop letting all these people in from the street. It's really getting out of hand.
I mean, come on,
I mean,
man.
he really
You
didn't
look
let me
cold.
in. He kind of dragged me in with him, so am I supposed to be here?
Yes, he is. But anyway, I'll introduce. This is our friend Dan. So this is Dan Traub. We've talked about him before on the podcast. This is also a legendary day because the trifecta Dan cast has finally been assembled.
Yep, we are all the Dans. We have achieved our maximum power. Everyone should beware.
Yes, we've ascended beyond your mortal plane. But Traub, introduce yourself to the nice people.
Hi there. I'm Dan, like everybody else apparently on this call. So, yeah, and I'm just excited to join you guys for today's podcast and just talk about whatever you guys are planning to do today, so.
Oh yeah, I got a topic. I got a topic mostly because all three of us have been playing it, so I feel like we
I figured
have some things to talk about on that one. But Vermintide too, the open beta at least that we've all been playing.
Yeah, Traub, you kind of got me into Vermintide, and I know you guys were playing it first. I don't know if you want to touch on it.
Yeah, no, I've been playing with Tyler and Bacon probably since Vermintide 1. I know you guys started playing a little bit of it during the end of it, and then we started picking up into the closed beta, and it went into open beta last week, I believe, like early last week. So, yeah, and it should be coming out. I think it's going to be finished on Friday, so that's when they'll have all the rest of the content out.
For the people listening to the podcast, it will be out by the time you guys hear this. So.
Yeah, by the time this one comes out. Even though we edit and shoot these the day, within 10 minutes of them going up on the internet.
Absolutely. Live? Yep, this is the closest you get to a live show every week.
But yeah, no, so Vermintide, I've been having a lot of fun with it, more so than I thought. I don't know what I thought it was at first.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know.
I don't know if it's just like the marketing or what, but especially I've heard a lot of people saying they don't actually know what the game is.
Yeah. And I feel like if they just kind of sold it as Warhammer meets Left 4 Dead, a lot more people would be on that.
That's true. I guess it depends on how many people kind of like know like the idea of like Warhammer versus like since like they have like Warhammer Fantasy and then the Warhammer Sci-Fi version of it.
That's true. Getting into Games Workshop stuff is already an abrasive task, to be sure. There's just so much lore there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Total Warhammer, is what it's called, sold super well.
Yes, it did.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like there's enough of an audience that like, if they just would kind of explain what the Warhammer thing was. And also, like, Left 4 Dead I thought it was huge.
It was pretty big.
In, like, high school.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 especially got real big.
I think it helped too. It was like it came out around the time like all the big zombie games were coming out, like a lot of the the Call of Duty shooter ones and Left 4 Dead and things like that. So
yeah, Walking Dead was like at its peak back then, I think.
Oh god, I don't miss zombie culture. I'll be real.
Oh no, I'm 100% with you there. I'm glad zombies went back to being just dead. It's nice.
Ooh, I think you mean they're called the infected. Ooh.
Goo. I think you actually mean the spores.
The what?
I don't know.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's not actually what they're called. I don't even know why I called them that. Anyway, continuing.
But
so, what are your impressions, Trev? You put in a lot more time than me and Dan have into the game. So I want to hear your impressions.
So far, it's been pretty good. It's been a really fun game series since the first game. They've definitely, from Vermintide 1 to 2, they've definitely improved upon a lot of features. The biggest things being their looting system, which is a lot more fair, I guess, is based on how you like when you complete a challenge, you actually get more rewarded more equally than like the old game, and they've made some more improvements to make the game a lot more varied, like adding some new units, the new career system that they added into the characters, so that way like you don't feel like you've beaten all the levels and then like there's nothing else to do. There's like a couple things you can kind of challenge yourself with, learning new things and learning new classes and all that stuff. So it feels a lot more rewarding so far.
Yeah, that was probably my biggest issue with the first game, because that one, once you had beaten all the levels and like found out where all the tomes and grimoires were, like that's it. That was basically it. The only thing you could do is just do harder versions of the same level and then just try and hope you got better loot, and that's just not. At least nowadays, at least in the new system, you're guaranteed something. It might not be something good, but it's not just like, oh, I rolled 4 dice and got literally nothing, because that's happened to me before in the first game.
No, that was it just felt so bad. Like you complete like the hardest difficulty, and it's like, well, I got like a great item. So
some missions, especially like that Magician's Tower one in the first game, that was a long mission, and you could you could like get out of that and be like, wow, I wasted so much time and got literally nothing for my effort.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad that they improved the looting system so that way it's more consistent drops on like based on what your performance was during the level, rather than just like complete RNG. So
yeah, I like that. I mean, I know there's Renaald's gift can luck you out sometimes.
Oh, yeah, sure. So but even if you don't get a good Renaald's gift, you still get something. You get a chest at the end of every level, no matter what. So it's not. Mm-hmm. And it's again, it won't always be good, but at least it's something. You can. At least it's like salvage, if nothing else.
And you get a more consistent rewarding system because you have like making sure you don't get the loot die every single time, and Renaald's gift can be kind of down, but like getting a grimoire and a tome at the end for the end of the level actually consistently improves your chances of getting something better compared to the old system where you got to the end of the level and you had a chance to make it better, but it still wasn't guaranteeing you something better at the end of the level. So
yeah, and I think if you get all the tomes and grimoires, I think you're guaranteed at least a general strongbox, at least for most levels. I don't know if every level's like that, but which is the second highest tier of box you can get at the end of a level. So it feels better. I think the big thing for me too is more enemy types, because man, the first game have a problem with enemy types. They're just worse than enough.
I think it's helped to improve because they moved into the whole idea they brought in chaos, and so they not only did they add the new race and features, but they added a couple of new things to the old stuff too. Like they added a couple of new rats.
There's new rats. There's more bosses, which is nice. Like the fact it's not always a rat ogre is just it's super nice.
Yeah,
because you got really predictable. Nice. I think that's the main thing that they try to do with this game is that they try to make it less samey level to level.
Well, I mean, I also just kind of like from the little bit I've played that I know the bosses at the different location, like it's not a formula of which boss is always like the bosses show up in the same spots, but it's a different boss. So like you have to play different or play like, you know, you're not going to have the same, you know, giant NPC that you have to wail on every time. I can remember it's the one time. I don't remember what it's called. Are they Chaos Chargers? It's the tentacle-y monster.
Oh yeah, the Chaos Spawn.
Yeah, the Chaos Spawns. I remember one time we were playing it, we got a Chaos Spawn as like the first boss and just got wiped because we just got lucked out. I think that was like the first time I played the game.
Oh yeah.
It was like, hey Dan, welcome to Vermintide. This is how you swing the sword. Okay, that thing's gonna kill us now.
Yeah, I mean the game is definitely not. I mean it's on purpose. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be too easy. Like. I do think once you gear out, you probably have to start doing higher difficulties because, like even I'm only level like 8, and I've already started hitting the point where I can like successfully go through a level. Then again, I've been playing with Traub, and he's like way higher level than me, and he has way more gear than I do. So I think that probably helps.
Yeah, in classic Traub fashion, Traub is about twice the level of any of us at this game.
Because I play this game, all my games way too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is the consistent Traub problem. That's what I'm saying when Monster Hunter World comes to PC. He has to have.
I'm just going to take the week off. No, I'm just going to take the week off so I can keep up with Traub. I'll take the week off, drink nothing but Red Bull.
I'm going to quit my job.
Oh, man.
I might be halfway to Traub's level.
When does it come out? August, right?
It's fall. I don't know what month. I don't think they said a hard month.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, if it's like September, my field season's almost done, and I can probably take a week off.
I mean, I might do that too, because I actually have a whole bunch of time off in September, so that's it. We'll just all take the week off, and we'll all just sit there and play Monster Hunter, and then just see how far we get.
Yeah, then we just beat Monster Hunter.
Yeah, like we just...
Can you beat Monster Hunter?
Not yet, no. I've been like playing it on weekends. I've been playing it during the week, because like, it's just sometimes like I get super frustrated with it, and I've also like have I feel like it's more fun when I do it with friends, and I was doing it sometimes with some of my buddies from work, but they started getting really ahead of me for as much as I play the game. So I'm just like, I get to the point I was like, well,
are these real people?
I don't think.
Yes.
I think Traub's playing with robots. Actually, is what it sounds like.
yeah,
He's playing with the computer from work. It's just a bot that's gained sentience.
it's that machine that's been beating all the chess grandmasters. It's like, I just can't
like, so
level this
confused.
guy.
I started playing the same time as my buddy of my work, Will, and he's like, he and I were on the same level for a little while, and then I think I came back from a weekend, and I've been playing like a little bit on and off during the weekend. I'm like, I probably Hunter rank, I think 4 or 5, and he's like, yeah, I'm already Hunter rank 25. I'm just like, how in the heck did you get through all those levels? I was even playing it semi-consistently, and I still got to 5.
It's sweet justice. Now he knows how we feel.
Yeah.
Us lesser people.
What? Yeah. So, I mean, what? I think when Path of Exile was first a thing, I think you and Zen lapped us, twice.
Oh,
yeah, easily. I was, in the 3rd chapter, and you're like, I beat it twice already. So I'm like,
I don't even know what it was. I think we just sat down one night, and then we were just, really bored. We had nothing to do, and this was like, do you just want to keep playing? And it was like, all right, we'll just make another character. We'll just get to you guys afterwards. And just, we got to, I think 2 in the morning, you're like, I think we just beat all the levels. I don't know what else to do now.
You just gear out then.
Yep.
That's the strat.
Which I guess is kind of weird for Vermintide, too, if I can say it. Because I'm not big into the gear grindy games, even though I know I'm going to play Monster Hunter, and I know basically because I think I'm going to be playing with all you guys, that's why I'm going to love Monster Hunter too.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, playing with friends is always I don't think I would enjoy Vermintide nearly as much if I wasn't had people to play with, So the fact that I could play with you guys is a really big draw for me. I mean, hell, we probably would have quit League a long time ago if that wasn't the
absolutely.
game that glued us all together.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the L word on this
Sorry.
podcast.
I'll have to whip myself later for that one. Ritually.
I mean, you Trey, as far as punishment goes,
it's in my Totino's contract.
Really?
Yeah, Totino's actually doesn't allow us to talk about the L game.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Not really sure why, but I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, other games. Dan, you got anything this week? Or games, movies, things like that?
As far as games go, I've been trying to finish Life is Strange.
Oh,
Finally,
yeah?
I know. Yeah, we talked about that, 2 or 3 weeks ago now. It's fine. And also, whenever I'm playing it, I just think of how doofy the facial animations look.
Yes.
And then I just think about that time, Trey, that you were just like, I wish I had fuck you, David Cage money.
Yes.
And I'm just like, man, they could have mocapped these.
They could have.
Yeah, but I actually didn't even realize Square Enix was on that game.
Yeah, it's a Square Enix game. It's really weird. Whenever I think of anything French, I just immediately go to Ubisoft. So I was convinced it was a Ubisoft game forever, but it's not. It's a Square game.
I believe it, which I guess that segues into Square Enix. I know, Trey, you've been playing Final Fantasy 15.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm 5-ish hours in now, which is not super a lot, but it's not. The PC release just came out for any people who are uninformed, and it's good. Traub beat it on PS4. So,
yeah, it was a really good game so far. I really liked it. I know it's not some people consider it very typical Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy VII sort of game, but it's still a really good game.
I'm not playing it for the story so much, just because I know the story is not top Final Fantasy fare. Though, I'm going to be perfectly frank, I think top Final Fantasy fare story is actually kind of a misnomer, because I don't think a lot of the Final Fantasy game stories, 7 I think is the exception. I don't think they're good. I actually don't think most Final Fantasies, at least the ones I've played, I haven't played all of them, actually have as good a stories as people like to think they do.
I mean, every Final Fantasy game I've played, the story kind of turns into just hey, you got your group of 4 to 8 friends, go kill God.
Yeah, I mean, I think, okay, so here's my running theory on Final Fantasy stories, where I think that people start thinking that they're actually really good, is that they're really complicated, and that's not the same thing as a good story. And you can make a story as complicated as you want, and, it's just, I just don't agree that a complicated story is the same thing as a good story. Just because I have to go buy 18 lore books does not make it a good story.
There's a difference between detailed versus complicated, basically.
Yeah, it's
sake.
The Lord of the Rings is a good story first, and if you want to go get the Silmarillion and fill yourselves in on 1,200 years of elf lore, then sure, you can do that. But
yeah, go nuts, kid.
You don't have to do that. The story is still good without it. But I was doing some research into Final Fantasy X just because I was bored one day, and I was going through the story in that game, and man, like, the actual story bits, like, the really important stuff was in a Japanese-only guide that has never been translated. Like, some of the, like, the really important end story bits. I'm not going to spoil 10 for anybody, but, like...
Yeah, I mean, it's old enough at this point.
It is, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah. I haven't played it. Everybody knows the only important thing from Final Fantasy X is Titus's laugh.
Yeah, that's the end game. That is actually the end game.
Yeah, that's the end game.
The end game, no, the real end game is when you mod the game, so every sound effect is some variant of Titus's laugh.
That is a waking nightmare for who do that.
That exists?
It probably does.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure it does.
Oh, gosh.
I'll make it if it doesn't.
Oh, please.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a Skyrim mod, too.
Where totally. I know for a fact you can replace the shouts with Titus's laugh. I've seen it.
You've done it. Have you done it?
No, I haven't, but I could have.
Sounds like something you do a playthrough for then.
Yep. I mean, I'll do a Let's Play, my Titus play. I'm just gonna play a bunch of games wherever I just replace all the sound files with Titus.
God, that would be like the next ranking, like, YouTube channel or something. It's just Titus. Not next ranking, but you would get a very devout niche following. You'd be like that guy who he puts up the covers and he just sings Smash Mouth.
Yeah, I don't think I want those people. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to garner a following of people who would actually watch somebody play a game where all the sound clips are replaced with Titus's laugh.
But I mean, think of the memes, Trey.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was really into it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to waste my time with that. It's not happening. It's not gonna,
that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
It's not going to be a thing. But going to a game that is going back to old JRPGs though, because I've been kind of on a kick. I've been playing Xenogear because I beat Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and so I was like, okay. There's a whole Xeno series, so let's try and go back to the beginning, the first Xeno game, and see what that's like. So I'm like 4 or 5 hours into it, so not super far, but man, that game is kind of messed up. It's not as weeb-tastic as the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, that game was like
the whole thing was basically devoted to weeb.
Yeah, that game is weeb-tastic as hell, and it's super fun because of it. Xenogears is kind of messed up. Like, spoiling a 20-year-old game, 5 hours into a 20-year-old game, like, an hour into this, the main character, like, kills half of his village, just, like, by accident. And he gets ousted from it, and then he wants to kill himself. And I'm like, I just started. I'm not even past the first area yet, and the game's already throwing this at me, huh?
Obviously, Trey, you just found the bad starting, so...
yeah, the bad starting zone. There's an RNG starting zone. One is puppies and kittens. Yeah, you got the
bad start.
Yeah, so one is puppies and kittens, and the other one is you murdered your whole village by accident. And, like, he's having, like, I have these flashbacks that are, like, all anime. Like, anime flashbacks that keep happening that are, like... talking about how he was abused by his mother or something, and I'm just really confused as to, like, how did this turn into Xenoblade 2? How did we get from there to here?
Yeah, is it the same character?
No, they're not related at all. The Xeno series is sort of related. It's, like, related. It's
Final Fantasy related.
Yeah, it's
kinda
related like that. There are a few things in the games that go from game to game, like the obelisks. There's a obelisk thing for Traub, if to understand it. It's that it's Pyra's it's Pyra's core.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
As
an object shaped like that, it's always alien. An object shaped like that is in every single Xeno game. Like the PS2 RPG. Shoot, I'm forgetting the name, but there's a Xeno game there, and that is the same thing. You find like an artifact. Same with Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like, it's in every single one of the games. That's like the thing tying them together. I'm not sure if there's like some in-universe reason for them always being in the same. Like, I know there was some altered dimensional stuff thrown out in Chronicles, so maybe they're connected that way. Like, maybe there's a canon connection between all the games in that sort of sense. But the stories of the games are unrelated.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I know the only thing I know from the Xenoblade series besides that Xenoblade 2 is super weeby is, what is it? He was in Smash Bros. Shulk.
Oh, yeah.
He's really feeling it.
He is really feeling it. Xenosaga, that's the game.
Oh,
Xenosaga, the PS2 trilogy RPG that is the same sort of. It's the same sort of deal. That one's like a hard sci-fi sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Xenoblade is very much not.
It's a weeb sci-fi.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one wasn't as weeby, but like the second game especially, they went like full maximum over weeb.
I mean, there's literally a character in the entire game that's literally weeb incarnate, and he's basically part of
the he's can we talk about Tora for a minute? Because man, I love Tora because everyone thinks he's a garbage person. I think it's just like his own Blade thinks he's a garbage person.
The Blade he built, by the way.
Yeah, the Blade he built his own waifu, and his waifu thinks he's trash most of the time.
So he's part of this race that likes to be dominated by the tsundere master.
No, he talks about how he didn't program that into the robot all the time. It's just she understands that her master is a complete garbage person. I think my favorite interaction was I was trying to get Poppy Cutie Pie, which is one of her forms, and his dad also has a artificial blade, yeah. And he's talking about how she likes to clean the house, and then his dad pipes in and is like, yeah, she oftentimes throws me in the garbage pail too. And he's like, well, when I do a scan of the room, you always appear as one of the things to be thrown away. And I'm like, yep. Yep. Yep.
Just literal garbage.
Garbage people, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're trying to tell us something here, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Still, it's a fun game. I like Xenoblade Chronicles too, even if the ending was eh.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, the rest of the storyline up to that point was really, really good. It was entertaining, and like there's a lot of like side quest things to do to kind of keep you entertained and interested. And stuff like that.
There are too many side quests. I think that game has way too much side content. I would have liked more streamlining of the main story actually over like how much side content they put in that game.
I put so many hours into those side quests.
I gave up. I actually was starting to hate the game because I was doing too much. I don't think they ever meant for you to finish the 100% that game. Because it is just actually absurd how much stuff they want you to do.
Oh yeah, no. I actually got really annoyed because I got like maybe 2-3 hours worth of grinding for one of the side quests for like one of the blades, and I was playing on the Switch, and the Switch just like died out on me randomly, and it was like I had to restart over. I was like, nope, I'm done. I already completed the main story. We're done here.
I think I remember you already told me that. I was like, yep. It's like you're gonna end up hating the game because you're like telling yourself you need to finish it. Like you don't. Just for anybody who has the game, just put it down. Like after you start getting bored, just finish the story and leave.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel about a lot of games. Is people have this drive to like I must 100%, but. Nah, man.
Yeah, I mean, some games are fun to 100%, but I definitely think there's a lot of games. I think a lot, especially JRPGs. I think those games, you can do all this like a majority of the side content, but if you want to get everything in those games, like I feel like you need to be some sort of sadist. Like I don't get it.
No, I've tried doing that a couple. I think because like recently, before I did Xenoblade Chronicles, and before that I ended up doing Star Ocean, the newest one.
Yeah,
and it was like. What's the name of that game?
The PS4 one. Right?
Yeah, Integrity and Faithlessness. It was a fun game. Like I definitely know some people didn't like some of the things with like the whole camera angles and stuff like that, but like it was still a pretty entertaining game. I really liked the Star Ocean series, but like I tried doing that. I would like get most of the major like side quest stuff. Like I won't do like every little thing, but like try to do most of the major side quests and that, and then into Xenoblade Chronicles and try doing all of those ones. And it was like I realized how many hours I sunk into those games, and was like, man, I shouldn't even bother with half of them because I wasn't.
Yeah, by the time you're done, you're just like, man, I hate everything Japanese.
Yeah, and then you immediately move on to the next JRPG because
I just got to stop playing these now because I've had so little social interaction because I've been playing these single player JRPGs and just haven't talked to anyone in most of the rest of the week. I'm just like, I get done with those. I'm like, okay, I've got other games in backlog, but those are gonna have to wait because I need to talk to people now.
Yeah, you need social interaction. You're like these giant bags under your eyes. You finally put the controller down.
I'm done. It's finally over.
It's done, man.
I've forgotten how to talk to the outside world.
What year is this?
That's why I'm glad like games like the .hack last recode that came out. It's like 4 games, but there's a cheat mode that you can just activate that just gives you the best items and maxes your level out. So you can just go through the story if you want, because like 4 games is a lot of content to go through. So it's just like, I just want a story. I just want a good story for the first 3 games, and I'll play the actual 4th game like normal.
Yeah, I know we I think we talked about this before, but I play like 1 JRPG a year, maybe if that.
And you like really play that JRPG when you get it, I think.
Yeah, and when I do, I'm just like, this is my world now. Because I did it with Tales of Symphonia, and honestly, if it's going to be a JRPG, I'll play a Tales game. I have one in my Steam library that I don't know how it got there. I think I bought it like 3 years ago for $2, but it's from Square Enix, and it's called like The Last Remnant or something.
Oh yeah, The Last Remnant. I heard about that.
Is it like a real game?
It is. I think it came out for the 360, if I remember correctly, like a long time ago. It's an older JRPG.
Yeah, I know it's like super old, but I know it's just sitting in my Steam library, and I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah,
how are you here?
I think I've heard mixed reviews about it. I don't actually know a whole lot about the game though. I just kind of heard about it. I feel like I saw it on like GameStop shelves whenever I'd like go look for used games, and I'd be like,
Hey, that looks like a JRPG.
Yeah, I mean, that was like most of my buying decisions. It's like, is it cheap and is it a JRPG? Because that's a lot of content for the money.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm just playing through like shorter games right now.
Which is fair.
Or games I don't even have to actually play. Like, Life is Strange. That game just plays itself. Yeah, it plays itself, and I watch things happen, and then sometimes I rewind time.
Yeah. How do you like? How are you liking the story in that game? Because I'd like to get your opinion. I got to episode 4 and I stopped because I didn't like where the story was going personally. But
oh, you didn't, man. The beginning of episode 4 was like the end of episode 3 and the beginning of episode 4 was like I was like, what?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I don't know. I just couldn't get into the characters very much. Like I didn't care about anyone really. So I just kind of stopped.
Yeah, I really hate Chloe.
Yeah.
Like the person who everybody is supposed to like, the like hipster girl.
Yeah, I hated Chloe.
I hate her. I think she's just a garbage person, and I know kind of how the game ends, and I know like an option that I have at the ending, and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be so torn between like her or this other thing, and I'm like, no, fuck her, hate her.
I hate her.
She sucks.
End her. Kill it all.
Yeah, I did like the beginning of episode 4.
So, I got to alternate
universe Chloe. I was just like, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, or?
Oh yeah, okay.
It's like the end of. Yeah, the very end of episode 3 is alternate universe Chloe. You know how she's different. Yeah, she's a lot more likable then, and yeah, but I won't talk too much on that because that's a game for Dan. More so what's been happening. I haven't been playing too much besides that and Vermintide. And then as far as TV shows I've been watching, I finally watched season 8 of Archer. It was fine. Traub, you didn't really watch Archer ever, did you?
I watched it back a lot when I was in college because a lot of my hallmates would usually watch it. Like they watch the new episode every week, so we'd go and sit in their room and just watch it basically from their TV. So I don't usually watch it on Netflix, but I've watched it every so often at a time.
Yeah, I went through a binge of it like a year ago. I rewatched all of it up until the newest season, and then last week I watched the newest season, and I think I kind of get the feeling, and I hate to say it because I still like the show and I like everybody on it, but I think it's overstaying its welcome at this point.
Yeah, you think it should just like have a final season and just kind of give it up?
Yeah, well, because it's signed on till season 10, but they're doing this thing with this last season and the next season coming up where it's like that alternate reality Archers.
Oh, they're doing it for season 9 too? Oh,
yeah, season 9 is, from what I can see, Archer is actually the pirate, a captain of a boat, and is taking Nazi scientist Cyril to an island where Lana is queen. And, half the reason I really liked it was the interactions of the characters with these well-defined relationships, and now it's like, hey, those just don't exist.
Yeah, it's just like a magical nonsense thing now. I don't know. Like, I was okay with it. For like a season. Like, if they want to do like an Archer coma season, that's whatever. That's like an experimental thing. But
yeah, and I was hoping that he would have come out of the coma.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but
it sounds like they kind of like try to feed you another show, but they just kind of like overlay their characters into it. Basically.
Yeah. It almost feels like they ran out of ideas. Like, you start doing that kind of thing when you're just like, I have no idea where to take the show anymore.
Yeah, it might be jumping. I'm gonna see with season 9 how it goes. Yeah, but I think I mean, like, it's also like a thing where the show could have come to a natural end. Like, the example I like to use is like Futurama is probably my favorite TV show ever made, but it knew when its time was done.
Mm-hmm.
So it knew like to wrap things up nicely and end with probably again one of the best last episodes of anything I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. Have you guys been watching too much of anything?
I'm caught up with in Darling in the Franxx. I did that.
Traub, are you watching that one?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, I know. I talked about it a few weeks ago because I've gotten like episode 4, but there's like 8 episodes out now, I think, and I got caught up. I like it a lot now. I actually think it got a lot better in like the last 3 or 4 episodes.
All right, so then Trey, here's your challenge. I know what's going on with Darling in the Franxx. Sell Traub on Darling in the Franxx.
Oh, sell Traub. Okay, all right. Okay, Traub. Here. Okay, so take a seat. You take a seat.
I mean, I'm already sitting. Should I stand back up and take another seat?
Did you like Evangelion?
I mean, yes, but I also have weird tastes.
Did you ever think that Evangelion needed more more teen romance?
Oh boy.
Did you? How about if the robots were cute anime girls, Traub? Would that sold? You with me here, Traub? Are you sold yet? All right. So how about if the characters need to kiss each other to make the robots run good? Are you good? You're with me now? Traub, on a 1 to 10 scale, how excited are you for the show now?
Is 10 a good number, or is 1 a good number, or...
10's a good number. Wait, no, here. I'm not done selling you. Do you like Studio Trigger?
Because this show sounds
Did Kill la
Trigger
Kill really do it for you? Because like...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Traub, do you think Kill la Kill saved anime?
Yeah, do you think Kill la Kill saved anime?
Oh, boy.
Because this show killed anime and is saving it again.
Are we sure we're saving anything? Because all I'm hearing is the word kill so far, and
I repeat in my head now. I just can't stop killing. But just like taking it out of abstract, it is actually really good though. Like it's especially the animation quality in the last 3 episodes has gone way the hell up. I don't know what happened, but I think so here's the thing. Like all of what I said is true. But the thing is, the emotion, the emotions between the characters and the world they've set up, especially, are really interesting. Like the characters, because like you need teens to pilot these robots. You know, like a guy and a girl, they need to be in sync, like Pacific Rim style, to pilot these robots.
I think the more you talk about it, I think I'm feeling like I've seen like a trailer for something, or maybe I've watched the first episode. I can't remember.
You might have. It's from this season. And all the people in the world live in these domes. Like they live in these big old domes, except for like a few who live in space. Mm-hmm. But it's just interesting because like it's kind of got that like Evangelion sort of setup where like the world's ended and you need teens to pilot robots, but like it's very much in the like the world really doesn't like these teen characters. Like they're literally disposable. They just kind of like are there to fight these monsters and that's it. Like they don't even have names. And like their only purpose is to get in pilot these robots like together, and like they kind of like sync up with each other, and like that's kind of sexualized a little bit, but not in like a creepy way, and more like it's creepy in the sense that these adults are forcing these kids into relationships basically just to make their robots fight monsters, and that's kind of messed up.
You know, if you didn't tell me the title and giving me the sexual overtones here, you're starting to sound a lot like Tengen Toppa actually to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, that's actually, I think this show is I can't remember if you watched this one, Traub. Did you watch Kisniver? It was about 2 years ago it came out.
If you described it to me, I'll probably remember it.
It was Studio Trigger. It was like a group of high schoolers all get this system implanted in them that they have to feel each other's emotions or feel each other's pain.
Ooh, I think that sounds familiar.
It had the character everybody remembers had like green hair and was basically Mako from Kill la Kill, but good.
Okay, I might have. I've watched a lot of different stuff, so I've tried to. This is like one that's like severely stuck with me. It takes a little bit for me to remember what certain ones are, but it does sound familiar.
Yeah, basically, it was another Studio Trigger show, is why I think it. This Darling in the Franxx to me just sounds like Gurren Lagann and Kisniver had a baby.
Yeah, and then their baby somehow was Evangelion. Yes.
Yeah, and then Evangelion.
But
I mean,
okay, it's just like I feel like okay, so I was worried about it because the first 4 episodes are kind of slow. Like I was like, okay, I hope they start doing something because like I have no idea where this is going. As soon as episode 4 gets through, and you're like, oh my god, like this is really happening. And then like you get to like episode 8, and you're really interested in like how the work, because like you get some world building, and you're like, what is going on here? I don't know. It's like it's very good. I don't know if it's a 24 episode. I'm hoping it's a 24 episode series because they haven't explained enough in the 8 episodes for me to think that. To hope that they can wrap that up in 4 more episodes. Like, if it's a 12 episode series, I don't know how they're going to wrap this up. Especially because they spent 4 episodes doing nothing, so it's like, no, not doing nothing. 4 episodes, like, setting up for, like, the next 4 episodes, so, like, if they don't have a longer thing, I feel like it's going to be a problem, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 24 episode seasons for anime, at least, are starting to make a comeback, I feel like.
Yeah, which I'm glad about, because I think 12 episodes it's good for some, not good for everything.
Yeah,
I think it's good for the short adaptations.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think some things do kind of need a more long form, because like you can't tell. Sometimes you just need to tell a longer story. You know, like 12 episodes is not, especially for like a really out there concept like Darling in the Franxx. I feel like because it's a huge new sci-fi world. Like they can't really explain all that in 12 episodes very easily.
I also don't like the 12 like episode sort of thing if they're doing like based off of like a visual novel or like of a manga, because usually like I know like, you know, between the like the books and stuff like that compared to like an anime, they still have to cut some things out, but I feel like cutting it down to 12 episodes can definitely make it feel like they like really pick up the pace, and you're feeling like you're missing, you can even get lost because they just skip so much stuff so quickly.
Yeah, I know. What was it Black Bullet? Was that one had that problem real bad?
Oh yeah.
That was like the most condensed thing I've ever seen. Like they throw in like seriously like 4 or 5 chapters per episode, and it's like, wow, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, or what's the other one I'm thinking? I'd say Akame ga Kill had that problem super bad too.
Yeah, there were definitely like
they were just
like where what happened, where did everyone go?
Yeah, things are just
it's just like, oh, let's speed through. We got to kill all these characters in 3 episodes. Fuck that show, man.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of shows, Traub, you watching anything Japanese or otherwise in the last week or so?
Recently, not really. I think I've been kind of trying to watch a little bit of The Silver Guardian because I read the manga for that. And then I did watch the No Game No Life movie.
How was it?
I actually thought it was pretty good. It was really interesting. I did feel like, and I do understand because again, like as a to do in a movie format, it felt a little bit rushed at points, kind of like we were talking about earlier, like the transition, like just like part where you kind of feel like you just don't know what's happening, or like they're just feeling like, oh, they instantaneously figure something out and you have no idea how they figured it out. They just kind of seem like they knew, but if you actually go back and read, it's like, oh, that's how they figured it out. They spent like a month or 2 figuring things out and going through these puzzles, this adventure or whatever. But overall, though, it was really cool.
Nice, yeah. No, I really want to see it. Yeah, I just didn't know if it was anywhere. Did you watch it online?
Yeah, actually, there's I think it's on Kiss Anime. I think actually it has it hosted right now, so you can go there and actually watch it for free.
Yeah, I might do that because I don't like pirating stuff or watching shows without that kind of deal. But
yeah,
if there's literally nowhere else I can watch
it. Hey, we're paying for Verve. We saved anime.
Yeah, no, I mean, we are doing that, but maybe if they would make that movie come out anywhere, I don't know, within 30 miles of us.
Wasn't there like a showing in Flint or something like that, I think?
Yeah, that was in Flint, but Flint's over an hour away from us in Lansing.
Oh, yeah, no, like I wouldn't drive all that.
Yeah, I'd have to drive to Flint to go see a movie, and let's be real, it's a No Game, No Life movie. Let's think of the people who are going to go and be at that movie theater.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to associate with those people.
Unless you're dumpster goblins, then you're beautiful.
Yeah, unless you're dumpster goblins, in which case I'll see you at the next anime movie that I'm clearly going to go to, Baccano, the movie.
Does that exist? Is that real?
No, I kind of wish. I just learned about Baccano maybe a week ago, and I really want to watch it, but I can't find it anywhere, so I'm going to have to pirate it, just because it's not available to watch anywhere that I can find. And I don't know, did either of you watch Baccano, or?
No, I didn't.
No.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a bunch of simultaneous robberies are going on, and it's got like that old kind of goofy mafioso style, that kind of other shows I kind of like has done. Like it kind of looks like what is it, Kekai Sensen or Bungo Stray Dogs, kind of where you have like the clavicade of characters.
Oh, okay. I know what that is. All right, I know. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea where you'd watch that, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I know it was on Hulu for a while, but they probably took it off.
Yeah, probably. That's an older show. I know. Apparently, the old debate back in the day when it came out in like 2009 was whether you watched Baccano or Durarara, and I've never watched Durarara.
I've seen neither of those things. I watched like the first 3 episodes of Durarara, but it's, I don't know. It didn't like seem like something I would enjoy personally.
I usually try to give everything like 3 episodes, but if it doesn't like
really
I think
the 3-episode test. I know some people don't actually like the 3-episode test much, just because like some shows need longer to get your attention than 3 episodes, but I think generally it's pretty useful.
Yeah, I mean, the first example I can think of actually was Vegas Bride. I was so bored in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah. Like,
and then the 4th episode, though, I was just like, as soon as like the things that happened in the end of the 4th episode happened, I'm just like, hold on. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, no, I agree. There are definitely exceptions to the rule. Like, hell, Darling in the Franxx, I was just talking about it, that the first 4 episodes of that are like they're only okay, and then the 4th episode happened, and you're like, oh my, let's keep watching. So obviously there are exceptions to that rule, but like generally speaking, that's like as much as I'm willing to spend time on a thing until I want to.
Until you want to change to something else, if it's not, unless you have like a recommendation. That's what I usually do. Is like if someone recommends me,
if somebody like really thinks that I would like it, then I'm willing to give them the time to. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and if like the first few episodes aren't my speed, then maybe it just gets better later.
Yeah, that's how I felt with some shows. Or I just know that there's shows I need to, especially now that we're in a lull season. Actually, this might be a fun idea. Hey Traub, you're our guest.
Sure.
So this season of anime, we're kind of in a lull, I feel like. I'm not watching a ton. I know Trey's only really watching Darling in the Franxx, right?
Yeah, that's it so far.
Yeah. What is an older anime that you don't think either of us have watched that you really, really think we should? Or not even older, like...
I'm trying to think of like a couple older shows. Like, I'm not sure... Trey or Dan, actually, have either of you seen Roku no 6 Braves? I think that's what it's called.
Roku no 6 Braves.
No.
Okay, so that one I thought was pretty alright. That's a very interesting one. It's like based on like 6 heroes. It's supposed to be like 6 different heroes. They're supposed to go and they're like chosen to go fight this demon country basically and like save the rest of humanity. But in the beginning, they build up this adjustment, but then suddenly they meet. All they're supposed to meet together, and they realize there's 7. So one of them is supposed to be a traitor.
Oh, yeah, that's the one, the mystery in the prison one. Okay, I have heard of that show.
Yeah, no, that one I thought was really, really good, and I think that one's definitely one worth trying. Other than that, I'm trying to think of some like older shows that I've really gone through. I know you've both watched Erased all the way through, so that was like another one recently.
Have you watched the live action Erased yet, Trav?
I have not. I wasn't sure how good that was. I haven't heard any recommendations on it yet.
Supposedly, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's as far as like live action dramas go, it's not bad. And like adaptations, apparently it's a little more. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's either. I can't remember what the review I said. It either said it's a little more. It's either more or less feels like a murder mystery and I think that's that. It feels less like a murder mystery than the show even, and just as kind of more of a drama.
Yeah, in some cases it is. I would agree with that. So
yeah,
I'm trying to think other than that. Yeah,
I might have to watch this. Rock.
Yeah, the Heroes one. Yeah, no, I remember.
I've never heard of this before.
Oh yeah, no.
I remember. I think Giga talked about it in a video, and I thought it looked cool, but I didn't know if it was like actually good.
Yeah, I don't know if they've done a new season in a while, but yeah, no, I like Roku 6 Braves. Other than that, like I can throw out a couple names. Like I know Noragami was good. I know I like Mirai Nikki, although I'm not sure if that's really something you guys would be super interested in.
I didn't like Mirai Nikki all that much. I'll be honest.
I kind of figured those ones are kind of like weird ones, I guess.
I like the theme song. I like the opening for Mirai Nikki. I like the music a lot.
Oh yeah, no, it had a great soundtrack.
I watched Noragami too. I really like Noragami.
Noragami was good. I like
Other than that, I haven't really done I'm trying to think. It's like I'm thinking a lot of them, but a lot of them I usually get recommendations. Usually, if I talk to Tyler or I'll talk to one of you guys for recommendations, or
Mirai Niki's Future Diary. Okay, I've watched this. Oh,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it either.
understandable. Yeah, no. It's kind of a really weird one. It's kind of like off the end. So,
yeah, I thought it was like it's not my favorite death game.
Yeah.
I think there's better death games.
I mean,
than that.
yeah, no, like there's like classic ones too, like Dead Man Wonderland. I know Dan, you've watched that one too,
Oh,
right?
I really
if
like
only,
Dead
if only
Man
Dead Man
Wonderland,
Wonderland could get a good anime.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Hey, 2/3 of that anime was really, really good.
Yeah, and then they just like flub the ending. So, like, I want to see the end of that manga made into an anime so bad.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Just kind of like do like they did with like the Full Metal Alchemist thing, where they did the regular one and then they actually did one back to the Brotherhood.
Yeah,
and
like can we just do that?
Yeah, can we get Dead Man?
Speaking
can we
of
get Dead Man Brotherhood?
Here, you can be excited. Our Tokyo Ghoul Re is getting a anime that's coming out next month.
Hopefully it won't be nearly as confusing as trying to read the manga, because I can't freaking follow it.
Not. Yeah, hopefully not. I've been rereading it. It's actually not. It's not as confusing if you just binge it. But here's what I'm wondering: are they going to retcon season 2? Can we retcon season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul? Because Tokyo Ghoul season 2 was bad. It was ass.
Yeah,
bad.
didn't really
It's not good.
make sense. I just, again, I've like mostly kind of like wiped my memory, so I have to probably go back and reread it, because like I got to a certain point where I was just so lost week to week, and I'm just like, I don't even know who's who anymore, who the main characters are, what I'm reading. Like it all just kind of blurred.
I think that definitely suffers from the weekly release schedule, just because like there's so many characters that you start getting lost in like who is what doing what.
Well, it doesn't help too, because like it's not really just they add new characters constantly, but they also kill characters off constantly. So it's a mix of who died and who was important and who wasn't when they killed them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like there's a lot of things going on.
I really like it, but it's just not. It is very hard to keep. It's really hard to follow week to week.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's one of those classic anime seasons that is coming out, like Black Butler season 2,
They already had a season 2.
or you know, Code Geass season 3.
Hey, that's not out yet. You can't.
Oh, I can end it.
You know, you're probably right, but I can dream.
Yeah, I mean, we never know.
Yeah, it might be good.
Except I do.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. Like out of the more recent ones, like actually, Dan, you've watched the Overlord, right? Or I know Trey, you probably have, right? At least
Oh yeah, Overlord.
Yeah. I watched Overlord.
I love Overlord.
I watched season 1. I didn't watch season 2 at all.
Are you watching season 2 right now, Traub?
I watched 1 or 2 episodes. I haven't actually gotten all the way caught up yet. I do want to watch the rest of it though.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's at the part where Seabass has started wrecking house, or Sebastian.
Yeah.
Sebastian. Also, what's the deal with that penguin butler? Why is he a thing?
Oh,
I don't know if he does anything actually important, but so far he's just showed up and is like, I'm the replacement butler. Also, I'm a penguin.
I mean, I feel like that's all you need, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
what else
as
is there
far
to
as
know?
animes go, that makes sense.
That's
fair.
That's my only requirements in a butler is that they be a penguin.
And he announces
And
that
anime.
as such, and he's he's there to do things. He's a penguin.
Yeah. But I think unless anybody else had any other burning points they want to talk about, I think that's more
we
or
can
less an
wrap it up,
episode.
I think.
Yeah. Big thanks to Traub for coming on again.
Yep.
It's been
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for completing the Dan trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah, we've trifected our powers now. Thanks for the recommendation too. I'm probably gonna watch Roka now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try Roka out too. Actually.
Yeah, no.
So.
I mean, I know how you think. What you think of it. I've definitely wanted to see more of it when they get into it. Like, hopefully they develop it as. I'm not sure if they've announced that they're doing another season of it, but I really hope they do. So yeah, no, definitely.
Is it something that like lent itself to a sequel super well, or sorry, last thing I'll ask.
I don't really know. I have to look. It's like it's.
Okay.
I think it's based off of like I think a visual novel or something, or like something like that. I think it's based off something, but I'm not sure how much. Maybe it wasn't received well or something like that. I know they definitely could lead on to saying they could do another season, but I'm not sure if they're ever going to. It's been a while, so. But maybe.
Yeah. You never know. They might go for the Code Geass strategy. They'll wait like fucking 8 years, Trey?
Yeah, I think it's 8 years.
Almost a decade.
Season 2 and season 3.
Yeah. Or more topical, the Attack on Titan strat. You wait like 4 years.
Yeah, until
you
everyone
hype yourself
forgets
up
about you.
so hard. Yeah. All right, but anyway, let's wrap this up. So again, thanks to Traub for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
As always, I am Dan,
and I'm Dan.
And I'm Dan.
Yep. See ya.
and we're all out.